I'm not sure if you can tell. I have it like everywhere on my jacket. But anyways, I'm Hmong. I don't know if you guys know what Hmong people are, right? But anyways, just a quick little history on Hmong people, just so you guys can kind of understand where I'm coming from. So 2016 marks the 41st anniversary for Hmong people living in America. So the first Hmong people stepped onto America in 1975 after the Vietnam War. And if you guys don't know why Hmong people are here, it's because we were secret CIA agents for the Vietnam War. And after the war, when the Americans left, we were left behind to fend for ourselves. And during those times, we were going through what they call genocide. You guys know what genocide is, right?
Yeah.
So pretty much the Lao government and the Vietnamese government didn't really like what the Hmong people did with the Americans, so they started killing us off. So pretty much all the Hmong people that you see in America today are from the refugees that were from that war. So all the people that you see here are the ones that are still alive, technically. So this is the 41st year that Hmong people's been trying to live in America. So you can imagine, you know, farmers and hunters and people who lived in the mountains and the woods and stuff like that, just moving into the United States. Could you imagine how crazy that is? All we know is farming, hunting, animals and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden we have a house with lights and stuff like that. It's a little crazy, right? But we've been here for about 40 years and we made some pretty crazy advancements. We have a first Hmong doctor, first Hmong lawyer, and now something that I'm trying to do is a little different from what we're used to. Because you can imagine if you were farmers and hunters and stuff and you come to a country like the United States and you see all this technology, that's what they wanted. The first Hmong people, when they first came to America, that's what they wanted. They wanted people who knew how to do stuff with like technology, become doctors, right? Because they struggled. Not knowing the language, not knowing how to work. You can't find work in America if you can't speak the language or if you don't know what they're doing, right? So the first 10 to 20 years was very rough for Hmong people. And we've gotten to the point where we've got some doctors and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to do now is change the way we look at ourselves. We're not at the time where we don't know how to speak English anymore. We're not educated. So what I'm trying to do is open up the field for my ethnicity to do other stuff. Like what I do is powerlifting, right? So it's very simple. I just squat, bench press, and deadlift as much as I can, right? And that's all I do. But in the Hmong community, you don't get too much love from that because it's not being a doctor. You're not going to make a lot of money from that. But my question is, why should I do something that somebody else wants me to do that's going to make them happy, but it's not going to make me happy? And that's what I'm trying to promote. As a powerlifter, I've been powerlifting for 4 years. I competed on the USA team 3 times. I'm a bronze medalist 2 times. So last year, I went to the Czech Republic and I competed with Team USA and I came 3rd place. I squatted 550 pounds, bench press 400, and I deadlifted 600. Just in case you guys wanted to know some of my numbers. And yeah, so the main thing of what I'm trying to do for the Hmong people right now is just to kind of promote a difference in what we know. Because all Hmong people know is when you go to school, become a doctor, become a lawyer. But if every single Hmong person in the United States became a lawyer and doctor, what will we have? We don't have other people, right? So sports is something that I want to kind of promote and just tell people, like, do stuff that you love. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what people say to you. If you continue doing what you love, people will eventually see some of the hard work that you do, and they'll start recognizing some things that you do. Such as this jacket. The reason why I like wearing this jacket, and the reason why it has like all my stuff on it, is because I worked for this jacket. I didn't pay for it. Nobody else can tell me what I did to get this jacket besides myself. Because I know for the 10 years that I've been training, nobody was actually really there to kind of help support me. Nobody was there to tell me, hey, keep going. I raised all the money myself to go out to compete against these countries. And this is kind of something that I bring back every time. Every time I come back from a different country, I have like a little patch that just kind of tells people I was there. Does that make sense? So my message for you guys is be yourself, or be a friend to yourself, or be a hero to yourself. Imagine yourself 5 years from now, and you're asking yourself, what would my older self tell myself today? Because you know, you always think back 5 years ago, right? Let's just say you guys are in high school right now, and you're in middle school. What would you tell yourself in middle school that you would tell yourself now, if you had the knowledge that you have now? And then you think about that, and then you come back and tell yourself, maybe this is the route that I need to be. So for me, because I wanted to be a powerlifter and I wanted to promote what I'm doing, I didn't care what my parents said. I didn't care what my family said. I just kept pushing for what I wanted, right? Because myself, in 5 years, say, I will be happier if I'm a powerlifter. 5 years later, I'm here talking to you guys. You guys see how that works? So be a hero to yourself, keep doing what you love, and never stop doing it. Because if you keep doing what you love, you're gonna succeed in life, because success is something that you feel. It's not something that you obtain. It's not money, because money comes and goes, right? Success is something that I feel right now, talking to you guys. Being very happy of all my accomplishments, and I can come back and tell you guys, I explored the world, and I didn't make no money out of it, but I'm still successful. But anyways, that's all I have. If you guys want to have any questions for me? Any questions about who I am, what I do? Questions?
Will you be participating in the
Yes. So I have a competition on May 20th. It's where I'm gonna go and compete against the strongest lifters in the United States. If I make that team, then I go compete in Florida against the country, pretty much, or all the countries around the world. The top 3 people who make that team at that world meet is put into a pool of the Olympic lifters. So if all goes well for nationals and all goes well for my world meet, then I'll be the first Hmong person to possibly be in the Olympics.
Will you know Charles McDowell?
Charles McDowell?
Chaz?
Probably not at the top of my head. I mean, I've met like a lot of people in the last year or so, just from powerlifting, so not really sure who you're talking. Maybe the face, am I right? Any other questions? Anything anybody want to ask? Anything anybody wants to see? Yes, question. Oh, so 4 years ago, I guess I could be a little real. 4 years ago, my parents got a divorce, right? So I was almost forced to live on myself because my dad went one way, my mom went the other way, right? And then I was just kind of stuck here where I was at. And I needed to find something to do. And because I was going to college during the time, I had a buddy who told me as long as I finished school, he'll let me stay with him, right? Since I lifted weights, and he was a little bit unhappy with his physical body, the way he looked. So we started working out, and we worked out for like 3 or 4 months, and he went from bench pressing like 100 pounds to about 400 pounds, you know. And he started really liking that. We started getting a bigger group. People started hearing about what I was doing with him, and I had like a group of 5 or 6 people that used to always come work out with me. And from that moment on, you just kind of start thinking to yourself, if I'm happy lifting weights, training this guy, and he changes his entire life just because I trained him, this might be something that I want to do for the rest of my life. And that's kind of how I got into powerlifting. Question?
And I'm just a little confused. You said you didn't make money like traveling the world and that, but then how do you like sustain yourself, like doing what you love?
Yes, I kind of just let it go with the flow. So if I make the team, then I usually get like a little message saying stuff like, so you have to raise $3,000 in the next month in order to make the team, because if you don't, then you can't fly out, right? So within that month, all I do for the next month is technically work and do gigs. So maybe I might travel to like another state and just host classes. Like, hey, I'll have a squat class where I teach people how to squat. I might have 10, 15 people show up, a little bit of money here. I might volunteer my time at a fundraiser, like what I'm doing this weekend. So outside of powerlifting, I'm also a break dancer or b-boy, so I like to dance a little bit. And this tomorrow, I'm actually helping out a friend doing a food for jam, right? So pretty much we're fundraising money, food, or whatever we can for the community. And through that, I'll meet other people who have gigs and stuff like that that I could do. I can make a little cash on the side to make the USA team. So in that aspect, I make money to do what I love, but I don't make any money from what I love. Does that make sense? Questions? You want to see some breakdancing? You guys want to see some breakdancing? Okay, so just real quick, as a powerlifter, right? Because I love powerlifting, that's my main thing. I also have a second hobby, which is dancing, because dancing is like very expressive. I can tell you my story without telling you my story. That's one of the reasons why I like dancing. So if you guys really love something and it becomes kind of stressful, always always find different ways to kind of release your stress. And dancing is kind of like one of those things that I don't stop. So, I guess, let's see what I got. We got some music or no? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You guys put some Justin Bieber on, I'll feel it.
Oh God, the computer's gonna burn. Doors pulled out of
Guys, people are still talking.
Oh my God, Brianna.
There we go. Shut up.
I appreciate it. You're not allowed to see this.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Apologize, huh?
This will be my first time ever seeing Bieber, like in real life.
Is this enough space? I don't know. I'm like, no, like I feel like right along here, like you and me, we all have to back up. And I feel like this is.
I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna pause it for it.
I'm gonna play some funky songs. Hopefully you guys don't mind. It's a little old school.
That sounds good.
It's all good. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Watch out for us fall.
Woo! Oh my God.
Yes.
I try not to do those anymore because I hurt my leg one time doing backflips. And if you hurt your leg, you can't squat, right?
Yeah.
So I'd rather squat 600 pounds than do a backflip.
Yielding bang?
Yielding bang? Probably not.
Okay, you just
I mean, I
have
don't
the
know
same
as
last
many
name.
people, so say it again.
You know how many people have the last name Bang?
Okay, so
Yeah.
just a quick. So the thing about Hmong people is, supposedly, if you have the same last name, we're supposed to be related by blood, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean we know each other. If that makes sense.
Oh.
Just means you have like similar ancestors along the line.
Yeah, so
somewhere.
similar answers. It's just kind of like if you see a person name or who has the same last name from Washington to Maine, right? That person has the last name Smith, and the person in Maine has Smith. Are they technically related? That's how I look at the Hmong culture. But
I think they're
different
kind
people
of
look at it
capped out
different
at
ways.
great grandfather. I think it kind of caps out at like great grandfather, great great grandfather.
No.
It might be somewhere thousands of years
Family
ago.
would be connected to you by blood
Any other
in
questions?
some way.
All right, well, I guess that's all I have.